The azure skies of Zephyria once shimmered with an otherworldly glow, casting an eerie, ethereal light across the crystalline spires of Queen Eliara's palace. Here, the air hummed with a palpable energy, a testament to the magic anchored by the sword of Zephyria. Eliara, her cobalt skin glistening like polished sapphire, stood atop her highest tower, gripping the ancient relic that served as the key to her dominion. But as history so often reminds us, the grandest symbols of authority are frequently the most fragile. In a heartbeat, the silence was shattered. Obsidian-clad assassins stormed the royal grounds, their armor absorbing the light as they cut through the guard. Eliara fought with the ferocity of a trapped storm, but the attack was a strategic diversion. A figure draped in liquid shadow infiltrated the inner sanctum. With a touch that defied nature, he drained the sword's essence and Eliara's own vitality. As the thief vanished into the void, the queen collapsed, her world's future dissolving into the shadows. 5 years later, under the blinding, harsh glare of the Martian sun, John Rager stood amidst the cacophony of a dusty spaceport. A mercenary with a reputation for getting things done no matter the moral cost, he was looking for a payday that would finally buy his way home to Earth. What he found was a hooded figure emerging from the crowd. "I am Queen Eliara," she announced, her voice steel-wrapped in velvet. She needed a soldier to save her world from chaos. John, cynical and hardened by a galaxy that traded loyalty like currency, negotiated a steep fee. But Eliara offered a warning that chilled the air between them. Betray her, and she would hunt him to the furthest reaches of the stars. They boarded her sleek silver starship, a vessel that breathed with bioluminescent light. Inside, a hologram revealed their target, the sword, now pulsing in the hands of the notorious Shadow Lord on the lawless world of Karox's Bane. When Eliara insisted on joining the mission, claiming she alone could wield the sword, John laughed, a harsh, humorless sound. But the desperation in her silver eyes silenced him. They would fly as partners, a jagged alliance born of necessity. Karox's Bane was a nightmare of jagged canyons and sulphurous skies. Upon their arrival, they were ambushed by the Shadow Lord's fleet. John piloted with a virtuoso's touch, diving the ship into the atmosphere to shake their pursuers just before crash landing in a concealed crevice. On foot, the oppressive heat was a physical weight. It is in such crucibles that true character is revealed. When a patrol of robotic soldiers cornered them, John used a sonic disruptor to trigger a rock slide, burying the enemy under tons of stone. Later, when a winged ravager swooped down, blotting out the sun, his blaster fire saved them. In the quiet aftermath, the mercenary and the queen found a rhythm, a shared language of survival that transcended their origins. To breach the Shadow Lord's fortress, a black spire defying physics, they rigged their ship to explode as a diversion. Sprinting through the case, they reached the walls only to be crushed by a massive armored sentinel. Defiance was futile when darkness claimed them. John awoke bound in a chamber, humming with malevolent energy. The Shadow Lord, a creature of shifting smoke, revealed Eliara trapped in an agonizing field. He held the sword, now corrupted green, and offered John a devil's bargain. Kill the queen to ascend as a Kotoo, or watch her be torn apart atom by atom. The weight of the corrupted blade in John's hand whispered dark promises. But looking at Eliara, he saw not a ruler, but the partner who had fought beside him. Rejecting the seduction of power, John hurled the sword into the room's pulsating machinery. The resulting explosion was catastrophic. The Shadow Lord's form disintegrated in a flash of purifying light, his screams lost in the roar of collapsing technology. John freed Eliara, and they escaped into the harsh light just as the fortress imploded behind them. Yet the true test awaited. Eliara, eyes cold with fury, demanded the sword. As she grasped it, the lingering corruption twisted her mind. She laughed, a sound devoid of mirth, raising the blade to strike John, calling him a disposable tool. It was a scene echoing 1,000 tragedies where power erodes the soul. But John acted on instinct, placing his hand over hers. The human touch battled the alien magic. The corruption shattered, the sword's light turned golden, and Eliara collapsed, weeping the darkness purged by their connection. They returned to Zephyria changed. Eliara rebuilt her government on shared rule, and the mercenary became a consort. They married, their union blessing the planet with peace. Years later, watching their children, a blend of blue skin and human grit, play under the twin moons, they realized the truth. In a galaxy of infinite stars, the rarest discovery is not power or magic, but a hand to hold in the dark.